Hey, I'm Dan Brown, and this is Music Nerd Numbercruncher. Before we get into it today, I just want to say thanks real quick to Rhett and Link for throwing Numbercruncher a shout-out this week, and hello to anyone who is new to Numbercruncher as a result. Hi. Anyway, 100,000 to 400,000, that's the estimated number of dollars it cost to produce the holographic Tupac that joined Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg on stage at Coachella. 2, that's the number of times President Obama has called Kanye West a jackass, the latest in response to a question from The Atlantic. The president was quick to clarify, however, that he still thinks Kanye is very talented. 50, that's the number of years ago this week Bob Dylan premiered his protest song masterpiece, Blowin' in the Wind. The times, they are timin'. 11 million, that's how many followers Nicki Minaj had on Twitter before leaving the site in a huff in response to fan site Nicki Daily leaking unreleased tracks by the rapper. 3.95 million, that's the number of dollars Prince was ordered to pay Revelations Perfume and Cosmetics for failing to live up to his commitment to promote their 3121 line of perfume. 100, that's the number of hip-hop artists featured in the first run of Platinum League trading card series, who brand themselves as, quote, the first ever interactive hip-hop trading card series. And 26, that's how many years it had been since Lionel Richie last had an album at #1 on the charts, until this week. In 1986, he ruled with Dancing on the Ceiling, and today he again rules with Tuskegee. While that gap is probably twice as long as Some of You Are Old, it's not actually the longest gap between #1s in all of chart history. That record belongs to Johnny Cash, who went 37 years with chart toppers in both 1969 and 2006. Delving deeper into the charts, Gotye is having his biggest week yet. On the album chart, Making Mirrors is at #7, while on the singles chart, Somebody That I Used to Know spent its first week at #1. It's also, I believe, the first week that a non-Somebody That I Used to Know Gotye song has charted at all. Eyes Wide Open is at #181, which is really genuinely interesting to me because Easy Way Out is actually the latest single from the album. The masses apparently just don't care about what's a single anymore. Eyes Wide Open is likely benefiting from coming immediately after Somebody That I Used to Know on the album. And unsigned rapper Hoodie Allen cracked the top 10 this week with the debut of his album All American. Hoodie's interesting to me in that his entire career up until this point has been built on online success after online success after online success. In 2010, he hit #1 on Hype Machine. He's built his following through YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter. He got 12 million views collaborating last year with Your Favorite Martian, the musical side project of YouTube's most subscribed user, Ray William Johnson. I mean, basically, he's just interesting because he hasn't needed any traditional institutional support to get to the point that he's at today. He's also pretty good at rapping. If you haven't checked him out, you should check him out. Anyway, that's all for this week's Numbercruncher. I'll be back next week picking apart the charts and reporting numerical music news. Subscribe to Fuse by clicking the logo down there, and to watch the other half of Music Nerd, where I talk about what I think it would take for metal to rise again, click over here.